Yeah, we worked for a number of months with our outside employment counsel to make sure we were ready. And then we had a very targeted communication strategy to all of our hiring managers. And what we chose to do at Guggenheim was, because we are geographically dispersed and you can have teams operating in different locations that you're managing and you can't keep track of which law is which, we basically sent out a blanket statement that we went with the most sort of restrictive real-time law and said to all of our managers, no matter where they work, that they can't ask these questions any longer. And we have a process that if it is disclosed, they have to report it to us in HR, and we document it to the file. We keep obviously very careful candidate files, so we have a track record on that. And it's been a lot of time talking through with hiring managers on why they have to be careful and the risks they may be taking. You know, a lot of hiring managers who do this regularly feel like at a certain point in a recruiting process, it gets informal, or they take them to dinner, or they have a breakfast meeting, and it can't hurt to maybe ask it out of the office. And we've really had to hammer home, do not discuss it. Or it's a referral and they've known the person for 20 years and they're buddies, and I'm gonna have that conversation. Please do not have that conversation. So it's been a lot. We've rolled it out in manuals and a lot of targeted communication, regularly reminding them. And on every interview meeting calendar that goes out with a schedule, it is a tagline on the bottom of the meeting calendar to remind managers, because you never know if they're going to have somebody sub in who hasn't interviewed somebody in 6 months and they forget. That's what keeps me up at night, are the folks that don't do regular hiring, that are the last call when you're stuck in the meeting and they go in and they're senior enough to be expected to maybe ask that question, and historically, and so we put it on every meeting calendar to remind them.
And is that just domestically, or for your global footprint as well?
Right now, we're focused primarily domestically. There are a whole other slew of changes that are coming in the UK in 6 to 8 months on privacy laws. So it's really been focused domestically at this point.
Mm-hmm. Just would add in that most of the employers that I dealt with that have operations outside of the city have decided to just have a blanket policy. Also because it's good for recruiting. Right. We're not the firm that, asks this so-called terrible question that everybody asks for many, many years. And in terms of what keeps you up at night, what keeps me up at night with our clients is not that the people who, are trained interviewers, hiring managers will make a mistake. It's the sort of getting to know you, and you see somebody's working at a competitor at sort of roughly your level. Who wouldn't be curious, right? I want to know what this guy makes. So we've been also, aside from implementing firm-wide policies, making sure that this hits home in every possible point right now. So during, say, anti-harassment, anti-discrimination training, I will bring it up with clients too. And that's where, the news hasn't quite gotten all the way out to every single person in the firm that might need to know.